Hello everybody, welcome to another episode of TopoRanger. We're in Maryland today, south of the Mason-Dixon line, at the upper end of Pretty Boy Reservoir. That's upstream, heading towards western Maryland. That's downstream, that goes into the Pretty Boy Reservoir, which is not very far from here. Let's just sit here for a second and see if we see any fish. No, I don't see anything. The trail we're going to take starts over there and goes along that side of the creek or of the river, whatever you want to call it. And judging by the images I saw, it's pretty rocky, pools, caves, all the things we like here on TopoRanger. And the weather is with us today. It's going to be in the 50s. It's not even March yet. The focus goal of this trip is to find a cave that showed up in several pictures I saw. So this cave looks fairly sizable. Certainly you get in there. I brought my lights. So that's really our main goal. But we're also here just to hike, check things out. On the drive up here, a little bit back that way, there is a trail called the Hemlock Gorge Trail, and there's a parking lot back there. And as you come up the creek here on the road, I did see some nice outcrops. There's a pull-off here off the main trail. Let's go check it out. Still within sight of the bridge that we came over. Hopefully this cave that we're looking for is as readily apparent as I think it should be, based upon the fact that several different people had pictures of this entrance. Although there weren't any pictures of what the inside looked like, that's where we come into the story. Back to the trail. Let's go take a quick peek at the outcrop here, right off the trail. Yep. That's looking like the old friend, our schist. But I think this schist is different, somewhat, than the schist we're used to seeing up in the Susquehanna. There is a little side valley up there, so this thing here might be an ephemeral stream bed that comes down, empties into the creek. But it also kind of looks like it might be coming out of the rock. Perhaps it's a ephemeral spring. At a certain point, the creek makes a sharp turn. Boom, and then it makes another sharp turn. And I think within that little area is where a lot of the rocky stuff is going to be. And just listen to the birds. Looks like we got some vultures. It's almost like a spring day. That's a nice little scene right there, huh? I've been walking on what is essentially a road so far, and I'm wondering if the road is the trail, or at some point does the trail branch off and start hugging the creek side. What have we here? See all these chips here? And you can see that there's another one right there. This one definitely has that look about it. You can really see the teeth marks there. I guess they didn't have time to finish this one. Here's another one about 6 feet from that one, and another one right here. And this one's like a doorknob. Someone has certainly been a busy beaver here. Starting to get a little bit more rocky here. Get some bigger outcrops on the sides of the creek. But let's not break off of the main goal though. I'm going to try to stay focused on the main mission before I allow myself to get sidetracked by a bunch of interesting things. Well, the trail goes that way, but the neat stuff is down here. And I know that the creek continues that way, then jogs, and then I think jogs again. So I'm going to check real quick, figure out exactly where we are, and then decide which way to go. I do think that that trail is the main trail, and eventually that would get us to where we want to go. But at the same time, this route may get us to the same place. And there is a trail here that heads upstream. Once again, we are going to resist the urge to get off course, to get distracted from the goal, which is to find that cave, with the understanding that that cave is probably along one of the more busy parts of this trail, hence the pictures of it. So as much as I want to take you guys down there and go that way, we're going to stay on this main trail, and hopefully it loops up around there and then comes down. Boom. I don't have a signal out here, so I don't have a trail map. I didn't download any trail maps to my phone, so I'm kind of flying blind here. But I think we made the right choice, because this little infeeder is where the trail comes up here, following the topographic contour, little plug there, of the side of this ridge. And we are back down at stream level and rapidly approaching the bend. Oh, we got a big outcrop of the schist coming up here. Look at that. Wow, right up the side of the ridge. Big entrance right there, but that's not the shape of the entrance of the one we're looking for. But that looks very promising. Hold on, hold on. Hold up. We got something going on here on the side of this creek. Looks like a part of a deck or something. This is the sharp turn to the left. Big outcrops as far as the eye can see. I'm also seeing a big ice formation there. So let's go up there and grab a drink of water and check out those ice formations. We made it. This is a guilty pleasure we can surely entertain for a minute. Look how that dead branch is just coming in and out of the ice. And you can see it encased in the ice as it goes through. And then up here, how it comes out. And if I take the light, put it back here, put it up like that, look how that pops out there. You can see the branch as it comes down through that ice drapery, or a column. In a cave you'd call that a column because it connects from the bottom to the top of the formation. There's also bubbles trapped inside the ice. See them all in there? Hundreds of them. There's a little moss window. Hearing that plane overhead made me think of that movie Iceman with Timothy Hutton, when the helicopter's flying over the little biodome and they find him frozen. Let's leave these beautiful ice formations behind, go check this out real quick, and then we got to go back down to the trail because we're still looking for that one specific cave. This just keeps looking better and better. All kinds of fissures. Creek's looking good. Let's check this out right here. That's a good looking outcrop, but nothing that looks like what we're looking for. Got some more debris here, flood debris. This must have been up there at some point. I wonder if that's part of the trail. This is just a straight up bridge or walkway. It's not that old either. First jog is there, comes straight at us, and then I think up here is the second jog. Maybe that's the trail. I guess I was on a side trail. the terrain has become more subdued, and we're basically in a kind of a valley of thorns here. I just checked the map, and we're actually already quite far past the second jog, so I was wrong about that. And up here, not too far, the trail actually goes to the left and then loops back around towards where we parked. So I'm thinking this outcrop right here is our last shot at finding this thing. And I do see some big entrances up there, but I'm wondering if we didn't miss it back there because we took that side trail. But the outcrop is getting pretty killer up there off to our right here. Schist ridge kind of narrows down kind of to a point there. Gunpowder Falls Creek looks like it loops that way, and the trail's going to loop that way, but there's no way. Oh wait, hold on. This may be a park right here though, because I'm seeing a picnic table and benches. That does look like a park. There's a slide and a look like a jungle gym, but I can't just go right across because there's no bridge. There's what looks to be perhaps a big paddock or a place where they work animals, horses perhaps. That white school bus which says River Valley Ranch. Okay, I did see that on the map. Gunpowder Falls Creek goes that way, and this is like a side stream, but I am skeptical about what's up here. I know from looking at the map before I came here that this trail loops back around on the other side of the ridge back to where we parked. But all the stuff that we saw, all the good stuff that we saw, is all back that way. There is a slight chance, however, that this trail stays close to that creek right down there, which is a side stream to Gunpowder. So I don't really know what to do at this point. Heading back along the big creek here, decided that our best bet is to retrace our steps. Possible explanation, hear me out. What if that bridge or that walkway that we found down there used to be right here, and you could walk across over to here, and this whole part is in fact part of the hike. But now the bridge is washed out and we can't get across. I'm sitting here looking at this stuff and I'm like, why doesn't the trail go over there? It's not posted. The River Ranch has big yellow posted signs that they're putting up, so I'm not seeing any of that here. But let's just head back this way, and we are not giving up. Back through the Valley of Thorns. We're ascending now above the creek. That was the lower trail we took on the way in. This is the trail we're taking now, which I think is the main trail. But to be honest, I really don't know for sure. I'm hoping that the cave we're looking for might be on this section, because we kind of skipped this on the way in. This thing is going up, up, up. We don't want to go up, up, up. We want to be down there, I think. It's a nice day. Back down at creek level. It sure is a pretty area, and I tell you what, judging by what we saw coming in here, we can come back here because it is rich pickings here as far as rocks and caves and streams. In the summer, a spot like this is going to be a nice swimming hole. Look at this. Like a tongue of ice coming right out of that joint there. That's pretty neat. We're back into the sweet spot here. And I'm looking at this outcrop right here. And I'm wondering if maybe what we're looking for is up there. That one there does not fit the bill. Hold up. You see that right there? That looks like a sizable entrance, but it's almost at the top of the outcrop. But it's something we can definitely get to. That looks pretty cool. Let's go check that out. I haven't given up on the original mission, but I do have to think about time. So I wanna at least make one cool find before we have to head back in that general direction. And maybe this cave up here is exactly what we're looking for. Up we go. And there it is right there. I'm glad we're here in the winter because I can see a lot better all the outcrops. This might be a fault because it certainly does look like a in the rock. So maybe the cave is a result of that stuff falling out. Here we go. Please excuse any bad camera work on my part. I'm trying to make it good, but also not fall. Let's climb in here. Check out these little plants that are growing right out of the rock. You see that? How do they do that? Oh, wow. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Nice view of the creek here through the rock walls. And here's the inside of the cave. Goes back about, I'd say 15 feet from the entrance. Got some big old roots coming down. Let's scooch up on in there and see if we can get a little closer. I can see a little bit of light right up there. You see that? Almost looks like a paper birch or river birch, based upon the way that bark is kind of flaking off. We must be very close to the surface here. And there's that white quartzite mixed in with the schist, the dark schist. You see that? Get a little closer. Right there. And I am feeling a little breeze too. Let's go ahead and finish up this shot by climbing back down to the other camera. There we go. That was like a 15-minute shot. So much warmer down here. Gets a little chilly up in that cave. That was certainly worth the effort. That's where we were. It's too bad we're out of time for today because I just spotted a pretty cool looking waterfall. It's a little side stream coming in and it's right there. It looks to be maybe a 10-foot drop. And I wonder what's up this valley here, this little side valley. All kinds of good stuff, probably. If I find that cave we were looking for on the way back, I will note its location because we definitely got to come back to this place. All in all, a very successful trip. We didn't find the cave we were looking for. That's okay. We found another one and we spotted dozens of other ones. If you had a good time, don't be shy, hit that subscribe button. This is Brett for TopoRanger, and I'll see everybody in the next episode.
Voy a cantar esta canción con mucho cariño de mi corazón a la República Dominicana, la casa del merengue y la casa de la bachata.